Before we talk about this particular individual and this particular subject, I want you guys to know that you guys can also follow me on Rumble and on Facebook. The unedited version of this video will be on Rumble, seeing how it is that we have to somewhat self censor here, especially when it comes to this topic and, of course, certain individuals. But with that right there being said, let's go ahead and get into this.
I think it's a crime, honestly, to separate someone for any reason. So I definitely will be speaking up against that legislation and those laws that are trying to be passed for sure.
And people in hell obviously need ice water. So Britney Griner is at it again. She is talking about the new laws that are being passed in Florida, Tennessee, throughout the vast majority of the South. You know, the laws that actually protect women's sports. Those laws there. The thing is this right here. We've had this discussion on several occasions, and obviously due to YouTube's censoring system and how it is that their algorithm works, we obviously have to refer to certain people in certain communities in certain ways that, quite frankly, would not get us censored. Like, for example, in the case of Leah Thomas, we all know who it really is. I have to refer to that individual as ugliest woman alive. Don't worry, there's a lot to work with here with Griner, but of course that part of this video will be on Rumble. Fact of the matter is this right here. These red states are signing laws that, quite frankly, are protecting women's sports. The purple states, I have no idea what the hell they're doing. And the blue states are obviously on board with ruining women's sports. Now, let me say this really quick. And like I said, this right here is a sports video. It's a rare video for me on a Sunday, but it obviously needs to come up. We need the ladies to step up in this situation. And what I mean by that is we need the ladies to actually get out there and actually protect what it is that belongs to them, meaning their sport. But obviously the women don't want to do this. Now, the feminists, some of them, of course, have officially came out. Dr. Phil has been doing a lot of videos on that. As a matter of fact, I'll be doing a lot more videos on his work, especially when it comes to these conversations and these debates that these loons are having with the people who are actually sane and rational. So those videos, of course, will be on the way. But we obviously are seeing a movement amongst women, especially feminists, who are in fact moving against us. Like I said, we will do more videos on this here in the future. But the fact of the matter is this right here. We have this attitude here in the United States where we feel like we can do anything and everything that we want and be who the hell we are without actually being checked. This right here is just another form of it. It's blatant smugness. Now, yes, I am very, very much an America first person, and I'm also the same person who says that maybe certain countries should not be judging us. But then again, though, when we are the chief purveyor of pop culture and sports culture, and we're pushing this stuff right here on the world, obviously this right here is going to be a problem. Now, I'm going to let the entire clip roll, and then we're going to come back on the other side, guys.
The question, you've always represented so much throughout your entire career about access and, you know, being able to do stuff. And I hate to put one more thing on your plate, but there are a number of states who are aggressively moving to prevent transgender athletes playing. And I was wondering, again, I hate to put one more thing on your plate, but in terms of on your radar, where is that? You're going to have a tremendous platform, but where is that going to be on your radar in terms of advocating for, you know, athletes, all athletes, transgender athletes, to be able to play?
Oh, I mean that ranks high on the list of things that I'll be fighting for and speaking up against. You know, everyone deserves the right to play. Everyone deserves the right to come here, sit in these seats, and feel safe and not feel like there's a threat or they can't be who they are or like it's just all eyes on them. So I think it's a crime, honestly, to separate someone for any reason. So I definitely will be speaking up against that legislation and those laws that are trying to be passed for sure.
Man, we should have just left this chick in Russia. I'm going to be completely honest with you. We should have just left this person in that place that is very, very cold and damp. You know, I really think it's very weird how it is that a lot of liberals claim that they have no freedoms over here, that they are oppressed. Yet there's not a single law in the book that actually oppresses them. I mean, you got the right to basically do whatever. The social justice warriors always constantly complain about the United States and how it is they don't have any freedoms, but yet then they go to a country that actually locks up would-be people for just about any reason in the world. Not to mention the fact that seeing how Britney Griner is also gay, don't you think it's kind of weird that you just were thrown inside of a cell in a country that actually doesn't like gays, but yet you come over here and you complain, you run your mouth about how is it certain people don't have rights when in reality they have all the rights in the world. As a matter of fact, they have more rights than I do. They can say whatever they want to say. They can do whatever they want to do. I got to put my honest thoughts onto the platform because the Google gods have this thing about certain types of speech, and they view it as non-family friendly, and then they give you strikes, and then of course they block certain videos when you talk about a certain character who happens to be of a certain lifestyle. Fact of the matter is that these wokes, these SJWs, have all the rights in the world. They have all the advantages in the world. They can go to the federal government and get just about anything in the world. They have all the rights. They have all the cards. They have everything on their side. And even when you get locked up in a place over a very, 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 very small amount of a banned substance, which quite frankly could have been overlooked, which by the way, I still stand by me saying that this person should have probably stayed over. We'll get to that here in a second. Fact of the matter is that you have so many rights. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yet here it is. We have to self-censor because of you. Even after you get locked up in a place that does not like people of your lifestyle or really even of your color. But let me go ahead and throw this in here because you guys are seeing this little thing from Netflix. By the way, it's a meme. But I'm pretty sure someday, and I'm saying it right now, I'm calling it right now, I do in fact believe that someday light-skinned people will eventually be called white because it's a purification contest and it gets loonier and loonier every minute of every single day. Look, I get it. You want to live a certain lifestyle. That is okay. I have not said anything against certain communities. However, what I have said is that obviously we don't want said identity to cross a certain line. Normally that line is our children, okay? We don't want this woke mess in the classroom. We damn sure don't want this woke mess in the military. And we damn sure don't want this woke nonsense screwing up an entire sport. As I've said before, ladies, women's sports belongs to you. The WNBA, as much as we like to rag on, that belongs to you. Women's soccer belongs to you. Women's swimming belongs to you. Speaking of that, Riley Gaines is filing a lawsuit from what I understand. Don't worry, I'll try to leave a link in the description box. Fact of the matter is that these sports do in fact belong to you. So do us all a favor and actually fight for them. It kind of looks a little bit awkward when the men are doing all the work. As a matter of fact, it kind of, how do I say this? It kind of validates the argument of those in the red pill community that think that men, quite frankly, do everything. And of course, I am not really of that community, but I'm definitely very, very much a masculine male. I think I'm a little more balanced than some out there. I'm not going to get into it here. But the fact of the matter is this right here. Women's sports obviously belongs to you. So maybe what you should do is actually fight for it, stand up to this type of nonsense. As far as laws about people being who they are, let me just say this right here. You got to ask yourself a question. Being who you are is a good thing. However, at what point in time does being who you are cross the line? I've always said that being who you are is okay until you cross a certain threshold. That threshold is obviously the classroom. That threshold is obviously sports. When you're around little children, when you're promoting this woke nonsense to our kids, it becomes a problem when you begin to start indoctrinating. That right there is the issue. Maybe if you wanted to create your own league, that right there being the league of men who don't know if they're men and women who don't know they're women, those who identify as whatever gender they are, maybe they should create their own league. Of course, at the same time, nobody's going to watch it. And of course that, I got a self-censor here. But don't worry, the uncensored version, of course, will be on Rumble. Like I said before, I'll try to link it. But the thing is this right here. Biological men should not be playing in women's sports. That's just the way that it is. And women, quite frankly, they need to step up. I know this is coming off as a bit of a rant. Of course, this is Sunday. Maybe my mood is a little bit different. But this type of nonsense right here needs to stop. And to go on top of things, I do in fact mean it when I say that this particular person should have been left in Russia. Let me go ahead and end this video on this note right here. Victor Bout, weapons dealer, arms dealer. Right now, Vladimir Putin is using that individual against Ukraine. Something very odd about this, guys. Something very weird. Number one, we left Paul Whelan over there, which, by the way, is a crime in itself and just more examples of how anti-American this administration is. It's almost like what Tucker Carlson said. How can you lead a nation that you actually hate? Well, the thing is this right here, and I do need to say this because this is obviously true. So we trade Victor Bowe to get Britney Griner back. Okay, they take Victor Bowe, they use Victor Bowe against Ukraine. Our tax dollars are going to Ukraine in the millions and the billions to support Ukraine against Russia, but yet we gave Russia a weapon to use against Ukraine. Any of this make any sense to you guys? Seriously? Any of this make any sense? It's also embarrassing, especially given the fact that Britney Griner, of course, is, and well, let's just go ahead and be honest, is not even really, but very, very much, if you take a look at those photos that have been released.
Jeff Munson here. You like watching people get fucked for free? Watch me fuck Mark Kerr for free. I'm going to fuck him. I'm going to put these hands right around his ass and fuck his ass.
Funny how it is that I can insert that clip, but I can't actually tell the truth. Very, very, very weird. But still, at the same time, very, very strange, very odd times that we are living here in America. Guys, Sunday Talk is pretty much to an end. The unedited version will be on Rumble, so make sure you guys check it out. You guys can also follow me on Facebook, not just here on YouTube. Make sure when the post shows up in Facebook, make sure you guys actually hit the like button on the post and not just the video, so that way the algorithm will pick it up. Please comment on both. Also, make sure you guys, once again, hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, sign off in the comment section. Only about 30% of you guys that watch the content are subscribed, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000, and I'll see you guys later.